Hi everyone, this is Akeshwar Reddy. So today we are going to be discuss like accounts payable related interview questions we are going to be discussed today. So now accounts payable concept. See accounts payable concept, the first possibility of the questions. So understand the first concept actually. So you posted vendors by using vendor number only, you're posting a transaction. This is a clear question. So be participated, everyone.
Yes.
We are posting a transaction, a B60, we are using to the vendor number or not?
Using
Yes, initial vendor number.
Vendor number we must be using. So vendor having reconciliation account, is that right? The
Yes.
meaning here is when we post a particular value of a transactions, I can say particular transactions if you're posting, okay, by using a vendor, the values will updated parallelly vendors and as well as to the like a reconciliation account. Like if I'm posting invoice, for example, whatever this invoice I'm posting, so vendor I'm by using, right? Value, the worth of whatever, like a 15,000, whatever the worth is, it is updating here and as well as to the reconciliation account it is. Okay. So meaning here is, see here is, if you see vendor report, the report I can see ABL1 and report, I can see go for report if you want to see this one. This line item will shows as a like cleared item in vendor report point of view, and the cleared item or like a how it will be shown. Initially, if you posted invoices, we're not at
Open
payment
item.
run,
it will be shown in opening.
Open item.
open item only. So open item only it is showing to the vendor level. We are not activated vendor master level anywhere. Is it right? So, but
Yes.
we have we are it will by showing of these two. I can say open item. These all it will both will show open item, right? Open item and open item it will shows, right? Both will shows as open item. The meaning here is the reconciliation master while creating the reconciliation master, like the SAP itself, reconciliation of master, GL master whatever created, the reconciliation account having the two functionalities default it is having. One for default, it is having the, one second, it is one main thing is it is having default, it is having the functionality, it is having the open item management. Open item management, it is having the default, it is having functionality. No need to select in while creating the reconciliation account. That is impact. We can see this open item like open here is they can, okay. I mean just for idea I'm giving it here. The meaning is reconciliation account having the default functionality having the open item management functionality. You don't need to select it like a open item management separately once you are selected the reconciliation type of the inventor master, sorry, GL master. Okay. The second thing, you can't post directly this stage. Is that right? You're supposed to post by using vendor, then value should be flow to the reconciliation. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Meaning here is particular reconciliation account having the two functionalities, one for open item management defaultly, and another restriction not can't post it directly to the by using reconciliation account. These 2 points must be remember if you are comes in the picture reconciliation account. The first question is the same. Recon account type is reconciliation account is must be activated for vendor type. It's fine. So here is open item management is activation is required. Not required because it is defaultly it is having to the open item portion and not possible to posting also. These 2 points you need to remember. What is recon account type is activation is required. Yes, so open item management is activation. There's something it is item management is function it's activated open item required to reconciliation account type. Default open item management it is having. This is open item. There is bits clumsy if you can see.
In
No more required to
0, it will be there also. While we are creating the ledger, that time
yeah,
automatically recon account and the vendor we give the link.
yeah, right. We're giving, but what I'm saying to here is no more required to reconciliation account at default. I mean, it is having.
Open item is not required to select there.
Yes, actually, that's what. See, sorry, I missed your question. Recon account type, whatever like vendor default open as functionality, it is activated. What point number one? So the second thing, the can't post directly by using reconciliation account. That is the second thing. Can't post directly by using reconciliation account. Okay. Recon account. This two you need to be remember. The point number one, reconciliation account having open item management can't post it to the directly. So there is a bypass. Yes, go ahead, please.
So can we change the reconciliation account after some time, and can we move balance whatever left in reconciliation to new reconciliation account?
Yes, definitely we can do it. There is a possibility to change it. System will not object you if you see recon account type is like a editable, but still we have option to non-editable also. See, when you go with like a field, I can say like a groups, the way of groups creations. Okay, company code level and as well as to the active activity wise, we have option. How you want it? You don't want to like edit it, the reconciliation. Yes, we can make it a chance. But if you want to change, yes, we can have the option. Both we have the possibility.
Can we
need to
move
remember.
existing balance to new reconciliation account?
Reconciliation account balances to one generally, right?
Yeah.
Generally
No,
not. Generally will not do it actually. I'll tell you the reason it is actually. Okay. So because see, if you want to do the translation to the one recon to another, I'll tell you this one. You need to post a transaction FB50 by using a FB50 or whatever. We need to transfer it. Is there possibility to post a reconciliation account by directly? Is it? No, right? See, recon mean we can't post directly. Is it right? See, can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
See, we can modify that one. See, if you want vendor level, if you want modify, we can modify. So if you want post, like if you want transfer it, there is, I think we need to approach SAP only to transfer how to do it, that one. Okay. In normal way, regularly by using recon account, we can't do anything. Only if you want to modify in vendor master, we can modify the new one, we can replace it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yep. Next is field status group in like a master group. As mentioned yesterday, we discussed like any group, like any field status group, like a field status group, I can say like a field status group, but a group level, a vendor or a customer, any group level field status group will have that will that is help for like to creation of the master purpose. It will help to creation of the master can be like vendor master or customer master. The group level it will control the meaning of this one. Okay. Next is the foreign currency revaluations. See, the foreign currency revaluation is a more important interview point of view. There are the possibility of the questions. One, they will ask you directly, what is the foreign currency revaluation? Point number one. So the complete concept you need to brief about like what you know it is, one way. Another way they will ask you what is the realized, what is the unrealized, they will ask you, and what is these questions actually like realize, what is realized, what is unrealized, what is the configuration you need to do, and what all the entries will post it to the foreign currency revaluation. These 5 questions possibility for a foreign currency revaluation aspect we need to. Okay. So I hope like everyone knows to the foreign currency revaluation of the inventor masters how we do it, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the foreign currency revaluation generally will do other than company code currency when we posted the transaction, that it just comes in the picture. Second thing, under open item we have your payment. The first you are posting to the invoices with 80 rupees for the USD dollars. We are making payment of 30 days. The dollar is the 82 rupees example. The 1 rupee is increased at the time of making a payment. The 1 rupee is different is lost for us. Is that right? Well, we are not done anything, but because of fluctuations of the currencies, the 1 rupee we lost it. 1,000 rupees we are lost it, right? The same manner there is possible to get the gain also. Because of the fluctuations, like there is a possibility we'll get the loss or gain also. And unrealized means whatever open invoices the month and we'll do the revaluation. This is kind of provisional, I can say. It is not actual. I can say here as realized means actual entry it is happening. Actual impact mean loss or gain. I can say loss or gain we post to the system directly. It is nothing but a provisional entry. Any provisional entry, if we take like a provisional entry, month end it will post it, and month beginning the system will be reversal. That is we must be remember. If you're doing a foreign currency revaluation, we need to be created, provisional entry will be created and it will be reversed actually. Okay, so we can do the unrealized. I can say it is nothing but a foreign currency revaluation. This is not a foreign currency revaluation. This is the only revaluation means whatever open invoices month end we do it. Somebody asked like related to the foreign currency revaluations, right? Let me know if you have any questions related other than these 5 questions. Right? Unrealized means provisional entry will be created. Configuration, what configurations? Generally, we do OBA1, take out, right? We do this configurations and entries. What all entries it will be posted. What is the realized time entry? What is unrealized time entry? What is at the time of reversal of unrealized time? What entry it will be posted? These things we need to be remember it. Okay. Any questions on it, like a foreign currency revaluation related one?
Sir, so can we usually you will mention the group record account for OBA1, correct? Can we use down payment one or partial payment GL account, recon account?
Sorry, I missed your question. Subhani, go ahead, please.
While determining OBA1 setting, recon account number, GL account. Can we use down payment account? Because I know the answer. Because however, we will use the relationship between down payment as well as recon account. But here we can mention a down payment or a down payment request, partial payment request, GL.
As you know, yes, we can actually. As I know, down payment recon account also, if you want, we can actually, I believe. Because so while adjusting of it is, there is a fluctuations, right? So
yes, but clearance is there.
Not request account, not required. Request, this is the kind of information only, but not. Okay. Any questions actually? Foreign currency related one. Why you all so silent?
Sir, when you post the foreign currency transactions,
Yes.
how system will identify that local currency, which one, or what is the translation? Do we need to check OB08 and all, or else is there any?
See, the thing is, we are doing postings this way. Whereas like see, when you do you're posting example, I'll tell you, like you're posting to the USD, Euro to Euro posted, the value will translate it here as if you have group currency, the value whatever Euro to, like group currency also value will be translated happen. See, when you're doing if you remember, everyone, like if you're doing a foreign currency valuation, for which currency you are doing a valuation, either like you are doing a local currency or like a group currency. Do you have these options? If you remember, okay. Have you catched this? The thing is, we have an option to either which currency you want to do it, because valuation methods we have valuation method link with like valuation areas. In valuation areas, very clear is
while we are doing the setting, that time only
yes,
is be there, no sir?
Yeah, that what actually I'm meaning is valuation area. Just let me complete. Don't mind everyone.
Okay.
The valuation area, which currency you want to do a valuation purpose, we are define it. Correct, no? So for either you are doing to INR or like a group also we have option. You want to revaluations. So generally what you do, like in foreign currency revaluation all the time, we are choosing to the valuation area, which valuation area you are doing. Local currency definitely. Correct, no? The meaning here is, other than INR currency value, whatever the currency is posted to the here is, system will pick this one. Correct. Example, vendor open items, especially whatever open items pending, system will pick the first one, and as well to the vendor open items also, whatever posted INR, system will not pick. System very clearly, that is a standard functionality. The backend, whatever posting to the INR currencies posting, system will not pick this. Wherever used like other than INR posted, that is still open for vendor. These all conditions by default backend system will pick only open items, whatever, and as well as foreign currency transaction postings only, system will pick it. This is why it is happening. I hope I answered your questions. Somebody asked, please. Is it clear your question or?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Right. Yeah. If anyone have the questions, just let me know. Foreign currency evaluations. But more, the important thing, as mentioned, there are whereas like a 5 questions possibility there. What is a foreign currency evaluation? Make a small story about it. Story in the sense like what is a brief about that. As earlier defined it, foreign currency is used other than company code currency at the time you used. There is a concept of 2 for realized and unrealized. Okay, realized is when we do actual payment or done. When we unrealized, what is still open to the month end, what are open invoices, what are posting to the foreign currency, that we do the revaluation. For revaluation, nothing but a provisional entry will create it. The entries you can make, right? Where you do the configurations, this stuff you can do.
Sir,
Okay.
OBA1, can you write there, OBA1?
Why not?
Sir,
OBA1.
one question is there.
Want to me write entries also, is it? No. If you want, I can, but right now.
Sir, one question, I don't know, is it valid or not? When unrealized loss or gain is happening, it will transfer to balance sheet adjustment account, no? Anyway, it is unrealized, it's a provisional entry. Then it will be reversed, no? Then why is a balance? It will transfer to balance sheet.
Why you are posting to the anyway? It will reverse. Why you are posting to the unnecessarily? You mean to say, is it?
Okay.
Almost.
Means that. Okay, sir. Whatever the entry posted, it will be reversed. No, then there will be no effect, right?
See, ultimately effect. Which entry, which date you are posting? First of all, they'll tell me. No? It is created the provisional entry for unrealized one. If you are doing to the revaluation, foreign currency revaluation, March month, whatever the month, March. The entry will posted which month? Each month it will posted.
Month and sir.
March. The date of 31st. Month 31st it posted. The affected because of that you lost 2,000 rupees you lost. Example 2,000 rupees your foreign currency loss you got it, and balance sheet adjustment it posted, that is it will go for it. So very clear is the loss it is affected P&L account. Is it right? It will posted value P&L account. Is it right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
And balance sheet adjustment it posted to the balance sheet only. Is it right or wrong? Just answer if you have idea. See, the balance sheet line item we are creating to the as a general liability account we are creating. Is it right? The value will flow to the balance sheet. This is one, and P&L. Oh, you are creating P&L. The meaning while creating to the P&L statement of March and month, is it affected or not?
Yes, sir.
No. If you are posting expenses some P&L account to the March month, it is affected or not? That is the question.
Yes, sir.
It is affected, right?
Yes.
It is affected. If you're reversed, ultimately the balance is 0. But if you're posting a provisional entry, the March month it is impacted, right? The meaning here is the difference amount we are estimating some of the amount we are doing a foreign currency evaluation. The difference it will post to the P&L account.
Yes, sir.
So you preparation of the financial statement or March or year, that is impacted or not? Yes, it will impact it. When we do the reversal, in April you do the reversal. In beginning of April, you raised the same thing. You're making a payment actual. Is that right? In April.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, the meaning here is in April, what will happen? The actual impact, the provisional versus actual, the slight difference, it will impact it to the April.
Yes, sir.
That's what. See, it is impacted. Is there? So if you go in detail, you'll get clarity. See, the simple. If you are creating provisional entry, what is the purpose? Accrual. See, what is the purpose of accrual? You are creating the same manner. It will work for unrealized also. So the both are relation it is having. You can go through this, like what is accrual, how it will work, and the same manner. Unrealized also it will work the same manner. Okay. Right now. So coming to that. So yes, next is I can say tolerance settings. Tolerance settings we have. So that is generally we do for vendors and customer both for one purpose we are doing. Next is vendor master. Vendor master having the 3 segments it is having. One for general, one for company code, one for purchase organizations. We need to remember these 2 segments, general segments and company code and purchase segments. Next is duplicate invoice checkbox we have. To avoid the duplicate invoices, to system will restrict this one. Next is the important thing to remember: bank while posting, while maintaining to the bank account details of the vendor master. Okay, in vendor master, okay, there is a bank partner type, partner bank type. We have one field it is having. The importance. This is one of the like a question interview questions. The more than one bank, if we have the in vendor master or in particular vendor master, to represent it or to recognize of each bank account, we used like a bank partner. So we used a bank partner. So whenever like a vendor want a specifically particular bank, he want to receive the payment, he will give the bank partner type. See this, if you come to the picture, it's a house bank. In a house bank, one house bank, if you have the two accounts, how we will segregate it? By using of account IDs, is that right? Everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Right? How, for example, two accounts we have, particular same ICICI bank, same branch, we two account IDs will maintain. In two accounts, from which account you are making a payment, we need to very clearly need to specify, and that respective account related check, if you are using a check payment, check number we are using. The similar manner, the receive of the vendor also having the multiple accounts, who has received the payment, our customer also same. The segregation of the accounts, many accounts, it is the recognition of the multiple accounts, we use a partner bank type. So vendor also give for us to the so and so partner bank type. I want to receive the payment because we are also using to the ICICI bank. The vendor also having the multiple banks, HDFC and ICICI bank. He want to receive the ICICI bank payments. They're very easy to him. Immediately it is affected. No additional charges for him.
Yes,
For
sir.
that, what he is do? He will not give the directly bank account. Bank account anyway in our records all maintained. He will give the partner type. He will give the partner at a bank partner type. He will give the one number that is differentiated to the account to vendor bank account to account. It will differentiate it. Okay, that is one thing. This is mostly the last few questions. Next is the sensitive fields. What is the sensitive field concept? Sensitive field concept kind of approval concept while creating or modifying any vendor master, especially modification time. Without supervisor intimation, without supervisor knowledge, end user or like a junior level of the user, you can't modify it because there is impacted fields, the business impacted fields. If you are knowingly, unknowingly, or wantedly, unwantedly, if you modified that, that should be approved from a supervisor because we have the doing a business, sensitive business, for example, like it is impacted, especially payment related one. Correct, no? So example, vendor master, bank account. For example, he has authorized to modify vendor master level bank account details. There is no required to the approval, supervisor approval. For example, is there possibility he can modify this bank account details in his personal account number? Is there possible to modify? Is that not? In
No.
generally, if there is no sensitive field concept, the user have the option to modify it. Yes, he can modify anything in that. If you are activated sensitive field as a bank account number or like a reconciliation account number, if you're modifying any user at lower level, that should go for approval. Until approve, we can't do any payment. Is it right? Or particular vendor having in sensitive field or like any modification of that, are we able to make a payment particular vendor? If you
No.
remember, right? If you see normal payments or F110 also, this is one of the live issue as mentioned you for people. Is it right? Particular vendor, it is not confirmed, we can't make a payment. Is it right? So the meaning here is the control of this, control it, sensitive field concept, they will take you. Okay, that do remember that is another one. Master data related tables. What all master data table means? Like a vendor master, LFA1, LFB1, ADRC, ADR6. These three tables just to recollect this one. Next is the payment terms. In a payment terms, so payment terms. If you remember to the payment terms, if you come to the picture, payment terms. There is possibility payment terms concept I'll tell you. Payment terms will be created at the client level. Any company code we can use it, first of all. Same payment terms, customer and vendors, we can use the same or not. Just I'm asking everyone. You can participate like
We can use same,
Yeah,
sir.
we can
Same,
use.
we can use it.
we can use it. or this depends on the client requirement. They want separately vendor purpose separately, customer purpose separately. We'll create it. This is general. We'll suggest it both. We can use. We'll suggest it no need to unnecessary like a payment terms like multiple is unnecessary. The same term we can use a vendor wherever they required, especially for a customer, especially for a vendor. We can create it. The mostly clients are used for a common. Okay. The next is point number is what is the baseline date? They will ask you to the what is the baseline date. The simple is payment terms are calculation of the payment terms is nothing but the net due date calculations. Is that right? That is a term for between to the either vendor to us. Vendor to us means like a company code to vendor, or a company code to customer. Right? Payment terms generally will use for either customer or vendor. Why
Yes.
we are using here for
Vendor.
vendor and customer?
It's a vendor.
For both actually, right now. The meaning here is we do the transactions, either payment transactions, mean we are taking a services or like we are taking to the, we are procuring to the material, or the same manner for a customer case, we are providing a services, we are sales to the product. The meaning is the payment also will make a payment. Some situation vendor time we are making a payment, customer payments we are received it. The meaning that is some term. Either we are making a payment immediately or 30 days or like any other terms we are using. The term what is the base to calculate it? The meaning is payment terms. Baseline date is payment itself, like payment terms itself we use it to calculation of the net due date. Correct? Now payment terms what purpose? Net due date calculation. The meaning here is from which date the calculation will start. There is a 4 options we have. One for like a posting date, one for document date, one for like a entry date, one for like a no entry date. The most preferable one used for a document date. That nothing but the invoice date. Whatever invoice date is a considerable in generally. Okay. So from which date? I mean, there is a possibility difference invoice date, I mean document date, posting date, or entry date also. So the system is asking like which one you want to. Generally, I'll go for a document only. No confusion it. No entry also we have option, but I will go for only document date is option. I will go. The meaning is whenever invoice is posted, from the date system will calculate the date. One thing. The second thing, what is a fixed date? Fixed days and additional months, right? So fixed days, if it comes in the picture, in the payment terms, fixed days comes in the picture. Simply remember to the credit card. Credit card, we have the 1 month of time. 1 month of time. Either we do the cycle beginning of the date or end of the date or mid of the day transactions. Like while making a payment, it's the same date. Once billing cycle is generated, we must be paid so and so date. Is that right? For example, I have the credit card. Like my billing cycle is 1st to 31st. For example, if I'm done the transaction in the 1st or like a 15th or 30th, the payment date is the same. The similar manner, fixed days means like generally we put it a 31st date and fixed days. The entire month, whatever the transactions happen, the fixed days whenever the transactions happen, the payment is based on it immediately or next month 15th. That is you can fixed days and additional month will help us to that is fixed to the net due date, either month end or next month mid. Just go other. So next is the day limit. What is the day limit payment terms? Particular payment terms, it was divided as a 2 terms that will we use it. Next is the discount levels. How many discount levels will use it? So overall 3 it will show in a system if you remember, but 2 levels only will put it. For example, like 5% within like a 10 days. Within 10 days, if you're making payment like a 5%. 20 days, I'll use a 2%. After 20 days, no discount. 21 days to 31st days, there is no possibility. So that way we use a payment terms actually. Okay. Next is I can say next is like a installment payment terms also. How you are creating 2 levels we created installment payment terms. So in payment terms, this is a question possibilities there. Either payment terms, especially what is the baseline, what is the fixed days, what is the day limit, what is the discount, how many levels we will use it. 2 levels, 3 levels it shows, but 1 level no discount option, only 2 level if you remember, if you observe also. Okay. Next is installment payment terms. Yes, 2 levels we are making. Next, importance of the banking. See, banking, it is bank related information it will capture. Example, like which country it is related, like a kind of IFRS I can say. If you take IFRS example, it is not exactly functionality, it is additional also. If I take it to the IFRS, IFRS it will represent 3 things. One for which country you are doing, one thing, and second thing, which bank you are doing, is it right? And in which bank also, in which branch also you are doing, is it right? The IFRS three things very clearly it represented, and address of the branch also, is it right? For example, I have the Gachpoli account. The IFRS code it represented India and ICICI Bank, and as well as to the branch. These all bank related information bank it will represent it. That is the information of the banking. So if you want to set up like a international code, example like a shift code kind of international transaction purpose, if you want to set up in banking, yes, we can set up. You can see this one at the F501 to creation of the banking. There, if you want to see, you can see it. Next is house bank. See, our house bank. See, the sometimes generally even consultants also they'll get confused. What is the vendor account? One vendor balance. See, vendor also having the bank accounts, house bank also having the bank accounts. What is the difference? You can answer anyone if you are clear.
Vendor related, that is partner bank. House bank is a company code.
Perfect. See, house bank is a very clear is a representative of the company code. To making a receiver is a big of company code. We are, for example, Dr. Reddy's we are using. Dr. Reddy's they will maintain the few company codes. Vendor have the thousands, but house bank is one or two, isn't it? For company code represented. So the meaning, the company code is the receive the payments or to making a payment, house banks will use it. That must be very clear. So what is important fields to creation of the house bank? I'll ask you. The important field one for a house bank to creation we require to the bank key. Okay, bank key and account details of the company code related bank account details we required. Bank account and GL masters also we required. Okay, the set of 3 GL masters also required. The 3 is main bank account, outgoing account, incoming account. 3 set of 3 GL masters also we required to the creation of the house bank. Okay, next is invoice level payment terms. Okay, payment terms, invoice level. Can we modify that? Payment terms, do remember any level we can modify that. So 3 levels we have. One for vendor level, vendor master level, you can modify anytime. Payment terms no will objected. During the posting of invoices, generally vendor level T001 it is having, it is copied to like a invoice time. So if you want to modify, yes, we can modify this level also. After posting, invoice posting also, if you want to modify, yes, we can modify. Any level you can modify. Vendor level, if you want to modify anytime, yes. After during the invoice, yes, you can modify. After posting also, payment terms you can modify it. Anytime payment terms, there is no restriction to stop you to make a payment anytime, to modify anytime. Next is I can say like a what is a check lot sequence and non-sequence. Sequence and non-sequence means like a sequence it, for 1 to 100 is having sequence, meaning the system automatically picks the numbers 1 2 3 sequentially. Non-sequence we can give the manually also, we can give the randomly number also, you can give it. Okay, that is the difference, sequence and non-sequence meaning. So entries, see in generally some of the what I can say, some of the people will ask you like entries, invoice, but what invoice time what is entry, credit memo time what is entry, discount time what is entry, I mean like a down payment time what is entry, F110 time what is entry. This will all ask you like a accounts payable related one. What is the tables also, master table, transaction table also, that you can remember. Next is they will ask you a down payment process. The down payment process, they will ask you need to explain the 2.1 for what's the what is the importance of down payment, first point number 1, and where you do the configurations in OBYR, we do the regular reconciliation accounts to down payment reconciliation account will map it. How the process will happen? The process will happen. The first we post it to the down payment, then we post to the invoices, then special to normal you are transferring. The meaning is the whatever down payment you are adjusting to the invoices, then finally you are clearing. So this is a flow. Generally, we'll ask you, the flow will ask you, you need to tell to the down payment process. The all story uniquely. The down payment, what is the down payment, where you do the configurations, how you are flowing. The steps, you need to tell this one. The second question, possibility of the mostly, this partial and residual. Okay. Do remember what is the partial work, what is the residual work. Partial, it will work. The meaning here is both are part payment only, both are part payment, but the partial payment at the time of partial payment, like until final payment, then original invoices and part payment both are
open items.
open items. Residual comes when you make a partial payment. The original invoice it's a clear, the balance amount only it will open. right? So at the time of residual, the difference both it should be given. Then what is the partial and residual is fine. Is the possibility the payment terms is copied the original invoice to residual items? Yes, it is a possibility. See, for example, residual, what happened? There is a new line item will created. Example, if you are posting invoices having 10,000, you are paying 6,000 for payment. Like we have 30 days payment terms, for example, invoice. In between, you have some available amount. You are making a payment of 6,000. The 4,000, you should copy the payment terms from original invoices to the new line item. For that, it will copy for the what is the source is the tolerance setting. Vendor must like at the time of APP, we like accounts payable, we are doing tolerance different settings. There is an option we have. Tolerance settings actually. Okay, tolerance settings we have. That is setting is will help for us. Help for us actually to copy the that I'll show you this one actually how it is actually. Okay, so the question is like a TS01 is if you see the settings is payment terms from see the specification for a posting a residual item for the payment differences. This will help us to the when you doing a for residual payment, the new line item it is whatever the balance purpose it is created. The original invoices to the new line item for a new line item, the payment terms will be copied because of this one. Payment terms invoices, whatever you are to activation of this setting, the payment terms will be copied to the original invoices. Okay, this is actually. So this is about accounts payable.